What was the arrogant statement? What is going on in my chat? What are you guys talking about? Good shit? Thank you. I appreciate that, Strawberry. You are literally saying because it makes me feel better, I disagree with people who are experts in something, that my opinion is correct, ignoring what others are telling me. That's a very arrogant statement. So, I mean, if top players want to do that, then that's their choice. But for me, I'm not going to believe I'm not going to believe for one moment that there's only a dozen few players out of the tens of thousands who are actually good. Okay, I can kind of understand where Gaming Arts is coming from, though. Hold on. Because I like to say that, like, if you're playing a fighting game online, okay, like, I don't think you should toot your own horn too hard. That's too much to do, right? But I think that if you're playing a fighting game online and you can, like, make it to, like, the same rank as, like, pro players like to sit at, which is, like, B, A, and F. If you can make it to, like, B rank, S rank, or A rank, like, you're good at the game. Like, you're good. You're not, like, fucking tournament level, but you're good. There's a huge difference. There's a chasm of skill between the top level players and the good level players. Huge fucking chasm. But yes, you can be good. That's fine. Like, I can understand where Gaming Arts is coming from, but, like, it's misplaced because what you're saying is, like, you're saying that tournament level players are good. Not that tournament level players are great or amazing or godlike. You're just lumping them in to good, and that's untrue, right? So, like, JSabs and I, we're good, right? JSabs, don't lie to yourself. You're good. Good at Soul Calibur 6. We're not great. We have a lot of holes in our game plan that need to be addressed to make us better players. We're good, right? You get what I'm saying? That's I can understand where Gaming Arts is coming from, but it's like lumping the word good too heavily one way, and then saying, like, everyone who's like a tournament player is good. Good night, I bring Terry. Thanks for hanging out. And then everyone who's like not at tournament level is like not good. And it's like that's like the weirdest skewing ever. It's like everyone who like plays in tournaments and can like consistently like beat the top level players is like great, and then everyone who cannot is good, but they can like still go 1 and 2, 2 and 2. You know, that's good, but not great. So I think that's what you're trying to get at there. Unfortunately, the issue is that I have people. People gaming is my perception of good is at least understanding how the game works, and a vast majority of people that I have met that aren't tournament level don't understand those concepts. Yeah, I like to think that with how much commentary I do now, that I understand the concepts of the game, even if I can't implement them well, right? But no, I think that to be good, you kind of do have to understand the fundamentals and the concepts of the game. That's true. You need to be able to understand RE. You need to be able to understand our priority system in Soul Calibur 6. And that is that verticals beat horizontals in priority, right? You need to be able to understand that. You need to be able to understand how soul charges work, what they do, and the iframes on those soul charges, right? There is so much. The amount of players I have taught that are S rank that literally don't understand concepts and mechanics of the game is staggering. It's true. Perfect example. Where's Voldo's dope? No knock on him. He plays in tournaments. He's a cool dude. He did not punish my I-20 low into mid with a launcher. It is -20. He's standing KP. It's a punish. It's a punish. So that's good. But it's not a punish that's worthwhile for the amount of damage that you take. That is not an advanced mechanic. Understanding fundamental concepts of the game is not advanced mechanics. That is not advanced. That is not advanced. That is not advanced. Clash cancels. That is advanced. That is advanced. Understanding literally what you can get off of certain clashes, that's level 2 or level 3. That's some real shit. Yomi, that is level 2. That is level 2. Teaching people punishes specifically, that is day 1 type shit. Like, I think if you're gonna go into the lab and learn against a character, you should learn their punishes first and foremost. That is the first thing that you should learn. And it's not even specifically frames, it's just how much can I punish this move. You block it and you're like, okay, can't punish with an I-22 out of crouch. Okay, can't punish with an I-20 out of crouch. Okay, can't punish with an I-18 out of crouch. Got it. Punish it with an I-16. Moves -16 from crouch. Got it. Standing button. Drats can't punish it with an I-10. It must be safe. Or Drats can't punish with an I-16. Let's try something else. Got it. Punish it with an I-12. That is A1. That is absolutely day one stuff that you should learn when you're trying to play a fighting game. Punishes are very important, especially in 3D fighting games, where there's a lot less clutter on the screen, right? So 2D fighters have a lot more clutter on the screen. Sometimes you get away without punching stuff because there's just so much of a scramble. So like after a certain situation, you can just kind of set up a cross-up mix-up or a throw stagger or things like that. But in 2D fighting, in 3D fighting games, you need your punishes. You need your punishes. You should be like, even in Tekken, if something's -10, take your fucking 1-1. Take your 1-1, take your jab, or your 1-2, your jab. Take that shit. Because it's free damage to tack on top, to surmount a lead, and to give you additional plus frames, right? You were already +10, but +10 doesn't mean much if you don't get damage. Now you hit him with a 1-2, and then you get +6, +8, +4. Maybe J-Sabs needs to show me. J-Sabs is absolutely right. If I learn the character, the first thing I'm gonna learn is my fastest move, step catcher, launcher into combo, and block punishes day one. He's absolutely right. That is what I learned with Grip. If I go into the lab, yeah, no, J-Sabs, Krillin, like, J-Sabs would be a good teacher. That's advanced mechanics, in my opinion, then you are not ready to play a fighting game. That's like saying, I should know the reload time for my guns. Like, just the rough estimate of reload times. In a shooting game, that's like saying, I don't need to know the reload times for my guns. I don't need to know that a pistol is faster to reload than an AR or a sniper. I don't need to know that the cooldowns on my moves in a MOBA are less or more than my opponent's. That's saying that that's advanced. That's not advanced. You should like look up the character real quick, see, okay, these moves, this move, this move. This is a stun, this is a crowd control, this is a charge, this is a 10 frame, 10 second cooldown, 5 second cooldown, 8 second cooldown. That is something you should just learn. Yeah, when I picked Grow, let me show you real quick. I'm actually about to get off here. But when I picked Grow.
Understood. Killing.
Let's go! Then you are disillusioned and you will continue to run into these issues. The issues of thinking that certain basic mechanics are advanced and lower and hindering your growth as a player. What it does is like, if the more like excuses you make and calling things advanced and saying they don't matter is like, and then like say you're like not trying to learn on advanced level, you're trying to learn on basic level, you're holding yourself back by saying that those things that are not advanced are advanced. Same way that people who blame lag or blame, I'm talking about learning frames. No, I'm talking about learning punishes, not frames. Just specifically punishes. If Keelik does 3B, I should know that I can punish with AA. I don't have to know what frame my AA is, and I do not have to know what frame Keelik's 3B is. That does not matter. Knowing that I can punish it. Learning punishes is very important. No, most players do not learn punishes. He's absolutely right, Gabriel. I mean, he's absolutely right, Jason. Most people do know. Most players do not learn punishes. No, that's absolutely true. Our practice mode 1 sucks. 2, most people do not learn. Like some people literally don't know frames and they're estimates, and they're decent. Like they have a good understanding of neutral and like turn taking and the mechanics of the game when it comes to RE, GI, soul charge, but they don't know punishes and they don't know frame data because they got very far without it. That is a layer that if you're trying to say that you want to be competitive or you want to be good, that's something you need. Yeah, but they want to get better. So I learned my step catchers as well. I learned that this is a step catcher and it's plus into this, right? This is a step catcher. This is a step catcher. And then this is a step catcher, right? Those are my step catchers. These are my fastest buttons. This is also really fast step. I learned those things. And then I learned what's my combo off of launch, right? In the guide, it shows me this, which is 47, right? But I found out this, which is 49. Cool. And then I was like, well, what are my get in tools? And I was like, well, this is safe and it's but you can GI it. And then this is unsafe, but it catches people's step. Cool. Those are gonna be my getting tools until I need to find something better. Those are the things that I started with as growth. AA, 2K, 2A, BB, 2B, 4A, because I think that moves sick. Wall rising B, While rising A. While rising K. 3K and 4K. I didn't even think of standing K. Like honestly, standing K didn't even come into my head. Because I think his AA is longer than his standing K. Yeah, his AA is 100%. I wouldn't consider knowing frame data basic. I would consider knowing punish is basic. Frame data specifically, no, but understanding what a whip punish and a block punish are is very basic and very integral to the core of 3D fighting games. It's like less important in like 2D fighting games because like I said, there's so much more of a scramble. The only time it really matters in a 2D fighting game is in situations where like someone does a fucking DP on block. Okay, bitch, you fucking better crush counter punish that shit in Street Fighter 5. Bitch, you better fucking FADC into super that shit in Street Fighter 4. Okay, someone using an armor move in Mortal Kombat, you better have your most punishing fucking like I-18 starting move. Okay, like that's just how it works. Knowing your punishes is not basic. It's specifically that our games have very outdated frame data. I'm sorry, very outdated training, which is fucked up because a game as old as Virtual Fighter 5 Ultimate Showdown has built-in frame data showing you the fastest moves, the slowest moves, what their properties are on hit and block. And with that, you can build a better offense for yourself. Because it's so hard to build a proper offense and a proper defense without knowing some amount of punishes. At least punishes. It doesn't even have to be frame data. It just has to be a punish. Like, look. Because that should not be basic. I mean, that should be basic, 100%. If my opponent does a fucking 3B and then goes to block after, I should know to AA them. I should find that out because that's their launcher. That's how that doesn't work. That's I-14, too slow. That's I-12, that'll work, sweet. That's like I-20, that's too slow. I can't do that. I-20, 24, you can't do that. That's not real, right? I-20. And if I step it, yo, whip on it. We're punished with my I-16. Damn. Yo, chill. With my own one. That's something that actually matters. That's something that really matters.